The Hong Kong Lions Cup is our feature on Easter Monday at Sha Tin. Welcome to Racing to Win. I'm Brett Davis alongside of John Blantz and Paul Lally. We're about to try and find you 10 winners for the afternoon. Good afternoon, boys. John, anything you fancy strongly for the program on Easter Monday?
There's a few. I'm looking forward to Amazing Satchmo. I think he'll go well with Moreira on board now. One or two at shorter prices as well, and one or two at big prices. It's the way it is, very competitive racing here. Looking forward to it. A nice vibe on Easter Monday as well.
Absolutely. We're expecting sunny conditions, and that's not a mock. We've had a week of it, Paul. It's not going to change. Whole heap of newcomers and a little jackpot as well.
Yeah, 1.1 million jackpot going into the triple trio. We've got 11 first starters. Some really interesting ones as well. Joe Moreira's taking them out on a couple there, which both look quite good. Aero Happiness especially. It's good to see those colours back out again as well. Very Velocity retiring.
Absolutely, yeah. He'll be a real talking point, I think. Interested in Jenny's report from the paddock. There are a few changes to have a look at, so let's get through those firstly with a number of scratchings for the card. We go to race 2 and Travel Day Took will not be running. He's replaced by a newcomer called Universal Go-Go, and Derek Lung will take the ride. That's race 2. Then we move on to the 4th. Relentless Me scratched. Fate Fire gets Saddlecloth 3. Derek Lung again will be the rider. Still more to come. Club Life out of race 6, not replaced in race 6, number 3 out. Then we go to race 8, Grade 1 scratched. Endearing. Matthew Poon was already booked for the ride on this horse, and he'll carry Saddlecloth number 2. So that's the situation. Let's have a look at what we're facing. 10 races. B+2 is the rail position. They're all on the turf. And we kick off as per normal with a Class 5. 1,200 metres. We're going to start with a whole heap of runners dropping in grade here. Hot Pepper, Kiwi Sunrise, Elite Power and Paddington all getting their first runs in the lowest grade possible. Secret Agent, the champ has drawn well for Joe in 4. Go down to Golden Cannon, of course, won 2 of his last 3. The Greatest Don Wong Choi in good form. Drawn awkwardly again for Chad Schofield, and Starry Starley's down the bottom. What happens pace-wise here, John? Looks to be a couple of noted front runners.
Well, Rich City Fortune has been on the speed for most of this season when he's been running, and Hot Pepper is the speed to lead over 1,000 metres in Class 4, so I'd have thought over 1,200 in Class 5, even from gate 14. Should be able to nip across and get a very good position. The champ just lurking there in behind.
Have a look at the track work here. The first one we're going to take a look at is Kiwi Sunrise. Matthew Poon doing the work here, and he'll take them out on race day. He's got barrier number 1. It went well at his last start. He's pretty fit going into this contest. This will be his 8th start, and he's been going well. Elite Power moves nicely here. He was allowed to stretch out. Tongue tie goes on him, and the blinker's off. So a little bit of a gear change here. David Ferraris and Nashville Rowilla will team up there. Says, getting it all out there. And Golden Cannon, now he can be a little bit of a monkey, this horse. You can see he's only a little chap. He's got a bit of an attitude. He plays around, he's knocks his head, but he's got plenty of ability, and he does save it for race day. So in the mornings, he's just a little bit cheeky, I think.
Yeah, let's have a look at these newcomers, or these horses dropping in grade for the first time. And Kiwi Sunrise, we saw that bit of track work from Paul. His last 2 efforts have been suggesting a win is not far away. Yeah,
I agree. I've got him. I think he's a big chance in the race. He's been downgraded now, and he gets the apprentice claim. So you can see he hit the line strongly here over 1,000. He has raced over 1,400 metres before as well, and raced okay. So the 1,200 holds no fears for him.
Yeah, actually got a lovely run from gate 1, so he's definitely going in the numbers first time in the grade.
Yep. All right, we move on to the champ, and he was a winner a couple of starts ago. So let's try and refresh your memories here on what happened following that win, where he was 5th behind Young Dreamer. He was a 7-4 favourite on this occasion, couldn't get it done.
Yeah, I thought it was a fairly soft effort, this, actually, because he was near the speed in a race that didn't go particularly quick in the early stages. In the end, he didn't really finish with much of a flourish, so it was a slightly dodgy performance for me. Obviously, Moreira's seen fit to get on. He's clearly probably got the ability to win a race of this nature sooner rather than later. He's in the numbers, but he's not on top.
Yeah, I agree. Exactly the same reason. I think he'll get the best run in the race from his barrier draw. So he should be tucked in behind. But, you know, I think there's horses to beat him.
We're going to have to probably take a little under as well with Joe riding, you would have thought. Yeah, it is Class 5, so there might be potentially some other options. Let's move on to Golden Cannon, who is in rare form, I think career best form, it's best to say. He's won 2 of his last 3, and he's done it in different fashion. He's generally up on the pace, but on this occasion he came from back
Well, yeah, he missed the break, so his hand was forced in that respect, and he came through and took it out very nicely. And he's a bit like a horse called Sweet Bean, who we've seen at longer trips. He's just been very, very consistent in Class 5. He's won a couple of races. He's been placed on a number of occasions. He's never really put a foot wrong all season. He's slowly going up the handicap. Gate 12's not going to be easy, but again, he's definitely worth consideration.
Yeah, I agree totally. Yeah, he should run well once again. Show that track work, but that's what he normally does. So I wouldn't be concerned about that.
All right, let's move on now to Dong Wong Choi, who's been third at his last 3. He's got another little awkward barrier here, gate number 9, but I haven't minded his efforts. At least he's been consistent of late. Rich City Fortune's a speed horse, we know, and there's a few others that might contest him for that spot early. Yeah,
I think Rich City Fortune will get taken on, so I've left him out at the greatest as well. But I do like Dong Wong Choi in this. I've snuck him in the numbers because he's been consistent. You know, his last 3 starts, as you mentioned, Brett, have all been full of merit, I think. And although he's drawn 9, I think he'll get back. He'll be running on. So I've got him in on a minor line.
All right, so there are some of the clues for the first. Who did you settle on here in race 1, Paul?
Yeah, I went with Hot Pepper, one of the other downgraded horses. Look, he hasn't won from his 28 starts, but he's gone really nicely in Class 4, and he's run a couple of really good seconds. With a £5 claim coming into Class 5, I think this is his race. So he's come up a good price at $12 as well, so it's not too bad. 26 starts, he said, by the way, as well. The champion there for second. Well, eyes are going. Kiwi Sunrise for third. We talked about his chances, as we did about Dong Wong Choi. So 1, 7, 2 and 13. But if he stays $12, I think he's a cracking each-way bet.
Yeah, I'm a Hot Pepper man as well. I think he'll go very nicely indeed. Obviously, he's got gate 14, but he has loads of speed, certainly compared to this lot. I think he should be able to sneak across pretty quickly. And with a £5 claim as well, just making him even better handicap. Kiwi Sunrise should get a good run in behind. Golden Cannon is difficult to ignore given the level of form he's shown this season. Rich City Fortune isn't one of my favourite horses here in Hong Kong. I think he's, generally speaking, a weak finisher, but he might get a decent run in transit and will sort of hang around for a minor position. But I've got one Hot Pepper on top and on a win line as well.
I managed to sneak him in, but not on top.